If you have a relationship with Christ, you should not be practicing yoga. Now, before your chest gets all tight, hear me out, because I know that most people do yoga for the physical and the mental health benefits, right? And so let's break this down a little bit. So yoga originated in ancient India and is heavily rooted in Hindu and Buddhist spiritual practices, right? And so the word yoga means to yoke or unite. And though I believe that most people practice yoga with pure intentions, why would you want to unintentionally open yourself up and expose yourself to spiritual practices that are contrary to biblical truth? And we have to remember that Satan will use anything. All he needs is our permission. Man, listen, I was introduced to yoga about 10 years ago when I was with a group of friends and we would just get together and go out and have a good time. The first type of yoga I was introduced to was Bikram yoga, which is hot yoga. So Bikram yoga is promoted to promote physical fitness, detoxification through sweating, and just flexibility. And the second type was prenatal yoga when I was pregnant with my son back in 2018. And so I started around 6 months because, you know, I'm trying to get my body prepared to give birth. I'm trying to make sure my mental is in the right place to prepare for birth. I had no idea about the history or the origin of yoga. I was just doing it for the physical and mental health benefits. And even if it's practiced in a circular or fitness context, right? Yoga postures were originally intended to connect to the divine, to achieve enlightenment, or to awaken Kundalini energy. And if we dive a little deeper and we look at some of the poses, we will come to learn that many of them were created as offerings or acts of veneration to Hindu deities. And if we're practicing some of these same poses, even if we have different intentions, it literally goes against the first commandment, which is, you should have no other gods before me. Once I became aware of the origin and how everything comes together and the purpose behind some of these poses and the meditation, I had to take a pause because I don't believe that it's worth me compromising my relationship with the Lord. And to be real with y'all, I could never really get into yoga anyway. Like, it just wasn't my thing. Now, Pilates, I can get with Pilates. And from what I understand, Pilates is safe. From what I understand, Pilates is safe. And this is just a personal conviction that I wanted to share and how I became aware of yoga and how it's contrary to biblical truth. And I would just hope that you would just take it to God, that you would truly pray about it and you would submit that thing to him.